Welcome back to another episode of Love, Sex, LA Unfiltered. And today is a special episode because I have a very special guest. He is the original dating coach, and he is a no bullshit tactic to giving his viewers, his fans, his clients dating advice. He is a podcaster, content creator. He does it all. Please welcome Chris Snappy.
Oh, and the crowd goes fucking wild. That was a sick intro. Thank you.
Of course,
I appreciate that.
It's all true. It's all true,
Oh,
right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I haven't lied in 3 years, so we're really going for that angle.
Well, who's counting though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was, but that's okay. No one else has to. But yeah, it's a rolling 3 years.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you get like a chip for that? Like, and like, you know?
No, I think, well, sometimes a little bit. I think people tend to trust me a little bit more because they're like,
good.
okay, this guy doesn't lie. But that is really true. I don't really lie. Like
I
even
love that.
even on like the smallest amount, like if a friend's like, hey, like, do you want to hang out? I'm like, no.
Okay,
You know,
see, I need to be more like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like we all need to be more like that actually, because I always say if everyone was just honest and could just be like, listen, I don't feel like it right now, it'd be so much easier. You don't have to remember a lie, right?
Yes. And I'm sure this is going to be the core of most of the advice that I'm probably going to give today.
Yeah.
Because exactly what you're saying. Why do you feel like you need to be responsible for my feelings?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you're like probably like an extremist. Like you probably went from like lying to now like you can't tell a lie,
Wow.
right?
Calling me a liar? No, I don't know where that came from. Honestly, I think it really actually was my own trauma. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I used to be, I guess I used to be a disorganized avoidant. I'm really bad avoidant.
Okay.
So I just don't think that I trusted a lot of people when it came to love. So I think as reaction to that, I was always so hard about me being honest because I wanted other people to be honest.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting take on that.
Yeah,
But I feel
yeah.
like you've done some like deep work with yourself.
100%.
Which is good.
Yeah, I've let go of that self-protection, I would say, of like forcing other people to like be as honest as I am. I just am who I am. I understand that most people can't get to that level because it's not easy, right? To
Yeah.
like be real as fuck with people. But yeah, no, I definitely have done a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of therapy, a lot of coaching, you name it. I've tried it, I've read it. And yeah, I feel like I'm at this point now where I could just like be who I am and just
Yeah.
trust that. Yeah, I don't know. If things don't go my way, that's okay.
I love that though. I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, today I'm so excited to talk to you. We're going to be talking,
Yeah.
you know, about a range of things, but a lot about like social media and dating, which I feel
Right.
like is so chaotic, right?
Of course.
And I start every episode with a game called Date or Ghost.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I started with this game where basically I give you a scenario and you're going to tell me based on that scenario if you would date that person or ghost that person.
I would never ghost, but yeah.
Okay, for the sake of the game though, for the sake of the game, we're
Be
ghosting.
like, all right, fine, we're gonna ghost. Sounds good.
And I'm going to do it in two parts. The first is for if you were like going on a date with a girl, and the second part's going to be if you were giving advice to a girl and telling
Okay.
her based on the scenarios.
Got
okay?
you. I can do that.
Okay. Okay. She's constantly on her phone while you're
Okay.
on a date with her.
Yeah, that's ghost. But that's what I'm trying to say. I probably just wouldn't. Honestly, this is very recent for me. I had a girl that was like that. And honestly, it wasn't even constant. It was just like, that's not my vibe. I'm very big conversationalist. So I love somebody that's going to be present with me in the moment. And I just like this girl, like I could tell like she got fatigued. Like we were hanging out for like 2-3 hours and I saw her starting to like take out her phone a lot more, start like scrolling a little bit. That's an immediate, all right, I'm going to drop you off home, give you a kiss, see you later.
Yeah.
And we're probably not going to go the distance. So I'm going to leave that alone.
You're leaving it alone. So did you
Yes.
actually ghost her, or was it not really a ghosting? It was just kind of a fading out. Like no one called anyone.
Yeah, I think it was actually more of a fading out, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it was like a first date, like I didn't think you needed to. And honestly, it's like, it's not like I've completely written it off. It's just more or less like I kind of felt this energy that we weren't connecting deeply. And I kind of I just left it.
But that's a good point, because I feel like when you really have a connection and that chemistry with someone, even if it's a first date,
Yes.
you don't want to be on your phone. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah,
you want to
that's
just like
not
keep
at all.
going, keep talking. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
What
agree.
about you? Would you ghost? If I was on my phone, well, even what if I was on my phone right now?
Listen, I've had that happen before. And like, it's definitely like, what are they doing? Like, where is their attention and focus right now when it should be on me? Right.
Yeah.
But you know, what happens. I'll give it grace when someone I know, like a man is like a hard worker or he's got a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like I will show grace to that because I'm kind of like that too. But at the end of the day, like I feel like you should then not overcompensate, but make it clear like, hey, I'm sorry, I just have like work going on right now. Like maybe say something, right?
Yeah, I would just communicate, hey,
Yeah.
I'm just answering this really quick. Give me 1 second, but then come back to the conversation, then put your phone down.
Exactly.
And you're creating time for that person. At the end of the day, it's like, I'm a busy person. I'm an entrepreneur. I have so many things going on. Like if I'm supposed to be on a date, I'm on the date.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I'm there for that time. So yeah, if somebody's not valuing my time that way, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I agree. That's
we're
a
done.
good answer.
We're fucking ghosting. Okay. That's it.
That's so funny. Okay. Her main source of income is OnlyFans.
Yeah, I wouldn't date. That's a ghost for me. No,
I think so.
Yeah, that's not my vibe. And not because there's any judgment to that. Live your life the way that you want to. I'm sure there's benefits to that. But I would say for me personally, it's like I've cultivated an income for myself beyond just my image. It's part of it. Don't get me wrong, right? That's life. But yeah, I think something that I value in a woman is intelligence. And not to say that they are not, but I just think that the woman that I would vibrate with more is somebody that is making an income using her brain.
Yeah.
Not saying she's not doing that in that way, because she could.
Right.
Yeah, giving brain and making some money. But yeah, what if a guy had an OnlyFans, which is, maybe less rare than you think it is?
Right. I think you're right. I think that, okay, for me, I would feel like it's a form of cheating. So I would have a problem with that.
Okay.
In a way, you know what I mean? I would feel like it's a form of cheating. So I would not be into it. And listen, I don't judge anyone at the end of the day. People can do whatever they want to do, live their lives if it doesn't affect me. But I will say, I don't know if I come from a big Armenian family, and I don't know if like me, like bringing home a guy and like, it's like, oh, what do you do? Like OnlyFans. Like, I don't know if that's the vibe for me personally,
I get that.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't feel good to me. And there's something about, I don't know, a little bit of modesty, I think for me is like really wholesome and cute. And I feel like I vibe with that more for sure.
Yeah. I think so too. Okay. We're on the same wavelength. I like it. Okay, she never answers your DMs, but when you ask her out, she always agrees.
She never answers my DMs. Okay, then how am I asking her out?
Like if you call her up, like you'll send her a message or like react to her story. Maybe she'll just give it a double tap, but then you ask her out and you call her up, ask her out, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm down."
I think we're doing it. I'm down for that.
You're down for it.
I don't really care about that. Okay. I mean, to me, I would say quality time is more important than anything else.
I think so too.
Right. I don't really care if you're like not answering especially like what if I'm saying something that like doesn't require a response. Now, if I was asking you like a question or something like that and like you just blatantly left me on red, I'd be a little confused. I'd probably get in person and be like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I would address it immediately as soon as I got there on the date. But it would just be like playful. Like, again, maybe if that was just your vibe where you just don't go online, that's cool. Like I said, if you're consistent in seeing me, I don't think I really care that much. Unless, again, we're talking about text messages, then that would be completely weird. Then that's probably a ghost.
Yeah.
We don't need to do all that.
Probably depends on the situation, right?
Does this situation happen?
I mean, you never know.
Is this situation
I feel like
real?
I've seen so many crazy things and heard so many crazy things between my own dating life and friends' dating lives. I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, good. Okay, now I know how to treat you. I'm not going to answer any of your DMs. If you want to chill, hit me up.
Okay, so let me ask you this to that point. If a girl said to you that she's just a bad texter, do you believe that line, or do you think people prioritize what they want to prioritize?
I think people prioritize what they want to prioritize. I would say I don't think there's such thing as a bad texter. There's people that you make time for and you text, and there's people that you don't. I think everybody knows that. You look at your phone right now. There's certain people, they text you right now, you would answer within 5 minutes, and then there's other people, for some reason they text you and you're like, oh, you're so resistant to just fucking answering it. And I think your body is almost telling you something about that, unless you're playing a game with that person, which I think,
True.
You gotta do some deeper work with that then too.
True. That's a good point. And I think that like we're all so chronically online, right?
Yeah.
And our phones are our lives, that if someone doesn't answer, it's like,
it's weird. Although I will say I'm definitely way more the advocate for people relaxing on that standard.
I agree with that.
People need to chill the fuck out. Like, I understand it takes 2 seconds to respond, but it's not always like that. It depends on where you are in the relationship. Maybe I don't owe you that amount of energy yet. Like, we're doing this podcast. I have a couple things to do afterwards. It takes energy for me to understand what I want to say to you. Yes, I could just bullshit text you, but that's not how I want to communicate, right? I'm more intentional with the things that I say. So it's not just sometimes 1 second like people are saying. Now, if it's something like, hey, where are you? and I'm coming to meet you, yeah, it makes sense. If I don't fucking answer, that's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's certain
Totally.
situations.
Totally. And like as an Aquarius, I'm an Aquarius.
Got it.
Sometimes I will be like a little like bad at my texting habits, but I do think like at the end of the day, it is priority. But I also agree with that. It shouldn't be like the sole focus, especially in the beginning stages of dating, because it creates like a fake bond with that person that like doesn't really, it's like a superficial bond. You think you know them.
Yes.
And you don't, right?
Right. I would say I'm very minimal to no texting at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much just like, hey, I would love to see you. Let's go here at this time. All right, cool. See you there. Love to. Yeah, looking forward to it. Boom.
Yeah.
That's it. Most of the interaction we're gonna have is predominantly in person.
Yeah.
And then as we build and naturally form, I think you get some more of that like daily communication. But people are expecting that, I think, way too quickly.
I think so
and
too.
they need to just relax.
I think so too. And you don't want a guy that's like so like not busy in his day. That
Yeah,
he's, right?
I know. See, the girls don't like that. See,
Yeah.
they say that they want that, but then they really don't underneath too. So to me, why can't we just find a middle ground? Like respond back to people, don't ghost, but at the same time too, take
you
your
go.
time. A rule, not like a rule, and I don't like rules in general, but I would say a guide for me is like if I am somebody that might be anxious with texting, what I tell them is do one thing for yourself between each time that you send a text message back. So let's say I'm like doing my laundry or I'm going to take a shower, right? If you text me, I'm going to finish my shower and then I'm going to text you back. And then you text me back. Okay, I'm going to do my next action. Maybe I'm going to make my dinner that I was supposed to. I'm finish dinner
Yep.
and then I'll respond. So it's a natural pace where it's not, again, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 10, it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours. But at least you're still focusing on yourself in that. And you're also being natural and I think very honest with your communication back.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think so much at the time, not to keep going into this, but like, I don't know if you've seen like clips of people talking about how people just get hyperfixations because they're like ADD or ADHD, right? So
Oh,
it's like almost
shit.
like a hyperfixation in a way.
Yeah. Honestly, you want me to keep it real. I think people need to get a life. Like people, you know what it is? The big struggle for most people is they don't
Yeah.
have an identity for themselves
Yeah.
beyond relationship. So that's the hard part. So that's why when girls or anybody, it could be girls or guys,
Yeah.
but they get excited because they're like, oh my God, this person's coming to my life. Like my life's going to be so much better because I'm going to get into a relationship or this person might change my life. It's like they haven't cultivated that same fun, amazing feeling about their own life by themselves yet.
Yeah.
And so that's why they, push people away inadvertently because they just overgive themselves to people because they're honestly, I think most people are looking to get saved.
I agree. You have to go into relationships a whole person.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't.
Yeah. And it's not going to be perfect. It's okay
No.
to be imperfect. It's okay to be a little anxious. Like you're still lovable for those things. But yeah, definitely my anxious need to work on creating identity out of the relationship and my avoidance need to work on maybe giving a little bit more to their relationships.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to get into all that later too.
Okay,
because
gotcha,
like I
yeah.
watch your content and I know like you talk about how you were an avoidant.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you some questions about that.
Okay, great. I got you.
I like feel like I finally get to interview like an avoidant, formerly avoidant man. So I have questions.
I will tell you the full inside scoop for sure.
I love it. But now we're switching gears. We're going to do
Okay.
some scenarios for women. So I'm going to give you a
Great.
scenario and you would tell, our viewers, the female viewers, if they should date or ghost.
Yeah. Honestly, was this supposed to be rapid fire? Because that's not my forte.
It's supposed to be, but it never is. It never is.
Okay.
People always like to analyze them because I try
Yeah.
to give questions that are kind
That's
of a
good.
gray zone-ish
Got
area.
it. Got it. I'll try to keep it short and direct.
You don't have to.
All right.
We can
Sounds
hang out
good.
all
I'll do
day.
whatever I want. Thank you.
Okay. He doesn't text you, but is constantly liking your stories.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Nonsense, right?
No, that's a ghost. And honestly, maybe it's not even a ghost, but I would say that from the guy's perspective, because I do this for certain girls.
Yeah.
There's certain girls I'm like, wow, you're attractive, but I don't really have, I want to hype you up because I want you to love yourself and love your life, but I'm not actually going to like proceed with it.
Right.
So it's just more like, hey, good vibes. It's like, I don't know, if you did something cool at like a concert and I clapped.
Right.
Not like,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Dating tip. If he likes your story, it's just him clapping for you.
yeah, exactly. Literally, that's it. It's just more or less. It doesn't mean I'm gonna go and like take you out on a dinner and do the whole thing. It's just it's just like, oh, you're looking cute, and she knows what she's doing too.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? She's posting a cute picture. Okay, you knew what it was.
Of course we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You want the attention, we give you a little bit, but don't act like we're gonna give you the whole steak now.
Oh.
Relax.
Okay, that's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay, so that makes sense though. I think
Right.
guys know too, and they make it clear when
Yeah.
they want to pursue it fully. I don't think you're going to be confused.
Yeah, no, I
Right?
think so too. I think that again, that statement, that blanket statement gets a little tricky, but I would say for the most part, yes, it's like people prioritize you in the ways that they want to.
I agree.
But I think that there needs to be a buildup and people need to understand that part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think so too. So let me ask you to that point, because you said that's not such a blanket statement. There might be some nuances, some gray
Yes.
areas, right? How do you feel then? Is there any truth to a man saying he's not pursuing a woman because he's intimidated by her?
I think that there is underlying truth to it. I genuinely do. And to me, it's a subconscious truth of like, maybe he is not ready or is not capable.
Yeah.
And he's almost like communicating that to you. But the problem is like, yeah, I don't know. Women don't believe that. Then you want him to choose you because he's not choosing you. And that's where it gets fucking messy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if somebody's saying that to your face, like take it for face value.
Yeah.
Turn around. I'd be like, okay, cool. Then you're not worth my time.
Yeah. I think it's a good point. I think we have to take men more at face value than trying to analyze like some hidden
Yeah.
codes, right? And riddles.
So I think the best possible way of approaching that for a woman is like the words don't matter at all. It's how do you feel in your body with this person? So I'll actually like eliminate all the words and just say, how do you feel this person is showing up just based on their actions? Answer that question for yourself, and you probably have a good gauge on how much they actually care about you.
I think that's a really good point. And I think you have to kind of just really not analyze, but focus on, like you said, like what you're feeling, even like what you feel
Yes.
around that person, because you will feel like your gut doesn't lie to you. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like
That's
that little
what it's all
pit in your
about.
gut, that angst, like that's not going to come with someone that's meant for you. That's coming from a situation you're trying to force,
Correct.
you know?
I completely agree. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I said like I don't love the word analyze either, because that's what most people are in their head and they're not in their body. And up here is gonna our mind is trying to protect us from, I don't know, these underlying fears we have about ourselves. So like I said, most girls' egos they don't realize, but like they might be feeling unsafe underneath, but their head for some reason is like, well, you got to get this guy to like turn around and pick you. Maybe it's really meant to be, but really underneath the entire time when they're spending time or they're dating this guy, they feel all this anxiety underneath and they're not paying attention to that part. They're stuck in their head, but oh, he's not right for me, but maybe he is. Maybe I just need to try more. Oh, but he sent this message and like, I'm not really sure. It's like, whoa, slow down, take a deep breath. What do you feel? Like, you know what I mean? We need to get down to that level. And that's
Yeah.
where I think most people, again, are very disconnected from themselves, because like I said, our ego is trying to protect us. Like when we were kids, I'm sorry, I'm going in.
No,
right
I
now.
love it.
Yeah, think about this. Most, like, let's say you grew up with an insecure attachment, such as like anxious attachment. Most of the time, you weren't able to express your true feelings with your parents. You didn't have a safe connection with your parents. So what your body essentially learned to do was cut off the connection to your feelings and live only from your head. Okay, well, I can't tell my mom that I need love right now, and she might yell at me if I don't do this thing. So I have to think about what action I'm going to take instead of living from my truth and from my body. My body's telling me that I want connection right now, but I can't do that because I'm going to get yelled at. So I need to be up here and try to just make sure that I don't make a wrong move. And so that's what people do in their relationships as they're like 20, 30 years old. They're analyzing what they want to do in a relationship versus, again, now we're adults, you can honor your feelings in a way that they couldn't when they were kids. So I don't know if that makes sense to you.
No, totally.
You see what I'm saying? But as
Yeah.
I said, most people are disconnected from that aspect. It's very hard because owning your feelings to a person that also is telling you that they don't like you is very difficult.
Very difficult. And I
Yes.
think a lot of us have been groomed to like, we want to be chosen, right?
Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You're playing mind games to
Yeah.
try to get chosen. I'm not going to answer very fast, or I'm going to play all these games to see if I can get him to change or get him to be something
Yeah.
different. When if you just were paying attention that, hey, this person doesn't make me feel good, and I'm just going to tell them, hey, this doesn't feel right. I don't know, are you in this or not? And then they'll probably turn around and be like, oh, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's your answer right there. It's all solved in like almost like a moment, but
Yes.
yeah, people, again, like I said, they play mind games, but they wonder why they're in toxic relationships years after years after years, because it's the same shit over and over.
It's crazy. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's like being a hamster in a hamster wheel.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I think a lot of people too, they get stuck in that rut and can't get themselves out of it. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing too. It's you only know what you know. So hopefully people listen to a podcast or they read a book or something. It's like, yes, the only way that you're going to expand yourself is you can't just rely on your own knowledge for these things, because
Right.
we grew up in a bubble of certain beliefs that, yeah, they won't change unless we look for them and also are open to change.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just like stuck in their ways about what they're doing. And you honestly just got to allow yourself to be ignorant and remember, you don't really know shit.
Right. 100%. 100%. I agree with you. Okay. He says he doesn't do labels.
Well, I would say, do you agree with that yourself? What do you want?
Right.
If you want a label, then it matters to you and then it's important. And then that's where it's lack of alignment. Okay, why would I want to be with somebody that doesn't like labels? That will make me feel insecure. Why would I sign up for insecurity?
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
See,
That's
listen,
ridiculous.
Relationships are not home renovations. It's
No.
not time to fix it up. You gotta
No.
you gotta go for someone for the reality of them, not their potential.
Exactly. Right. It's removing the fantasy of what you think that they are, what you want them to be.
Right. Which can be so fun, by the way.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
of course.
I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah.
I'll admit it though.
Yeah. So like
know?
you'll be like, oh my God. What do you do like internally as a woman? Is it like, oh my God, he's hot? Like if only he was nice.
You know, sometimes you get blinded by like what you think is a connection, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah, the dick.
no, like you actually like, you know what I think it is too? I think we so often, like people crave connection, right? Because we live in a very, like I think at least, a lonely society. I think a lot of people are lonely. A lot of people crave connection. So when you meet someone, you can be like blinded by like, oh, we have chemistry, we have a connection, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to that when it comes to dating someone, right?
Yeah. To me, it's vulnerability. It's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, again, like it's like the child that wants love, but everybody's afraid to express it.
Yeah.
So most of us are, again, like I said, playing mind games and
Yeah.
we're keeping each other at a distance. And that's the problem, I think, in dating society in general. And that's why I don't like some of the other dating TikTok coaches, whatever it
Oh,
is.
we'll get into that.
Because what you're doing is essentially like spreading fear messages. It's like fear mongering. It's like, oh, if they don't answer you, then you need to not answer back. That's not the solution.
Right.
That's not getting you to the partner that you just said. We crave actual deep connection. Deep connection is based on true vulnerability. Here I am, despite the way that you see me. And
Yeah.
most people struggle to see that. And then they just read all this bullshit advice on how they need to play this game in order to get somebody to care about them. Like, it's nonsense.
Yeah, like that scarcity mindset in a way too.
Yes.
People think like I'll never meet someone like this.
Yeah,
right?
that's the huge part of it too, right?
Yeah.
They don't have that belief that that person is out there, but that's the whole point. My question is, if you don't even believe it exists, what's the point?
Right.
Why are you even dating then?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I just don't think it should be that difficult and that confusing.
No. But the thing is, if you don't believe that it's out there, you're going to keep finding things that are not it, you know?
So true.
That's it.
So true. I think the same lessons will repeat themselves in your life until you kind of figure out how to move past them, grow past them, and like stop repeating patterns.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
That is the hardest part, is figuring out what your pattern is and going the opposite direction, because it feels fucking weird.
Right? It
Yeah,
does.
it's hard.
It can be scary because change is scary.
Yes. It's like me and the avoidant thing, right? It's like
Yeah.
for me to share my truth with somebody, like being so scared about how I'm going to be perceived or looking weak or looking needy. It's like, that takes a lot of work to like show up to somebody and tell them, like I said, tell them how you feel, be soft, be vulnerable, and not be able to protect yourself.
Yeah. That's scary though.
Yeah,
that
it
can be
is.
scary.
100%.
Yeah.
When was the last time you told some guy your real truth? Are you in a relationship?
No.
Okay. When was the last time? Are you in a situationship?
No.
So you're talking to nobody.
No, well, like I'll talk to people, like, you know, people slide into the DMs, but like it's
Okay.
not serious and it's not like, I don't know, there's like nothing really captivating me right now. You know what I mean?
No one that you're inspired
I
by.
need like a lot of stimulation, like mental stimulation,
Ah.
you know?
Well, so when you say mental stimulation, are you talking about they just need to show you a lot of attention?
No, not that. I just need like someone that like, you know, you said like people that lead with like intellect, like that, like someone that is like well-rounded and like fun and is like down for, you know, fun stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I think I'm a fixer sometimes, because that stimulates me. So I find people that are like a home renovation and
Got it. So
you know?
they're not that, and you want them to be that.
right.
And I guess that's the hard part.
That's what I do sometimes.
Yeah.
you
So,
know?
okay. So what happens when have you ever met a guy that's like intellectual that has tried to like date you? Do you get the ick from those guys?
You know, no, I would not say there's been like intellectual ones, but there's been like really, really nice guys. And like that will give me the ick, but I feel like it's something like beyond that. Like it's not like I don't like them because they are nice, but there's just something that like if you don't have that connection with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a lot of those guys, again, it's what we talked about the identity thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like if they're trying to pursue you too much to the point, and that's what you said about like guys answering too fast. This is what it is, right? I always look at it as like masculine, feminine, and I don't even care about those roles and labels. I hate that. But to some degree, it's like I feel like as a man, you are you're supposed to be the leader in a sense, right?
I agree.
I think it's more important for a man to have his own identity beyond the relationship, I think, more than the woman, honestly, because that's what happens, right? Because then you start to feel like, whoa, why is this guy pursuing and chasing me so hard? Does he not have his own things that he's focused on in his own life?
I think that's true to an extent, for
sure.
And
I think that's where a lot of women get tripped out by those guys that are just trying to over pursue too much, because it kind of just seems like, why am I your life?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think there's like, no, I totally know what you mean. I think women want to know, like, they care and like you are their life, but they're not like, I don't know, like kind of like you put it, like they don't have their own life at the same time.
Yes. It's like, yes, you have your own things that you're focused on, and she's part of that, and you're taking care of her. And of course, like, she's with you and she's your woman and she's on that ride with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're leading the direction of where it is going. It's not her show that you're just kind of, oh my God, what do you need? Everything? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just sitting there like supporting her in every little aspect of her life.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be some balance in that.
No, I totally agree. There was a guy over summer I went on like 2 dates with. And by the second date, he's like, I'm going to get off all the dating apps. Like,
yes, that's too much.
It was too much. I also, okay, listen, maybe if I liked him to begin with a little bit more, I'd be okay with it. Maybe. Mm-hmm. But like,
I don't think that
was overwhelming.
I don't think that you would, though. See, like, I don't think a guy like that you're going to find attractive, though, because they're overgiving, because they feel like they themselves are not enough as they are.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you have to give so much to somebody to prove your love to them, you're not trusting. That's not trust, right? That's almost like force.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, I need to lock this down right now. Why?
Yeah.
Right? You can't sit in the uncertainty and the unknown of us getting to know each other and figuring out if we're really truly a match. Because that makes it seem to me like, right, if you don't have something valuable for yourself, why are you so quick to give that away?
Yeah, that's true. But to your point, I do think men should definitely be the leaders, and like women need to let them lead.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but the thing is, I think that this is going to sound strange. I think some women, what I've seen as a pattern for women that struggle with finding leaders, quote unquote, is sometimes they'll date guys that they know that are not motivated or that they can't trust because they feel like it's safer. Mm-hmm. It's safer to date a guy that's not doing it for himself because she might feel that she has the control.
Yeah.
It's really more about control, because actually dating a guy that is leading and actually is providing you a level of uncertainty because he's not just giving his full self to you is too scary. So it's a lot easier to date a guy that is below you or at your level or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you start like telling him how to do things. Like you said, you were a fixer, right? So it sounds like you are kind of in that pattern of like dating guys that are not, you would say, that can lead you, and then you're trying to change the narrative for them. But that never actually works, because a guy wants to feel admired. He wants to feel trusted. So I tell like this story about like masculine, feminine dynamics. Like, the guy wants to be the hero, right? The princess is in the castle, dragon, guy slays a dragon, saves the girl, everybody's happy, right? She's happy. She's like, whoa, hype. Now, the problem is a lot of women, right? I would say now it's like, imagine same scenario, but she's like, use the poison. He kills the dragon, uses the poison, same result, right? Dragon's dead, but actually underneath, that man doesn't really feel helpful and he doesn't feel admired. And as much as you got to the same result, the problem is you told him how to get there and to give like that result. So I think where most women fail in terms of being feminine, it's not that they can't speak up and say what they need. It's that they give solutions. Don't give the man solutions. Tell him how you feel. Let him kind of figure it out and provide that leadership. But again, most women are dating guys that they don't even trust in the first place.
Right.
So they end up doing all the work anyways. So that dynamic to me is never going to work. Whenever I talk to a woman that's like dated a guy for like 4 or 5 years, and then she like breaks up with him, I know immediately that it's probably her feeling like he had some sort of lack of motivation, and then her feeling like she stayed around and tried to make it work for as long as she could. But at the end of the day, she knew deep down that he wasn't it. It's like what you said about this guy. I'm happy that you said no to him on the second date versus 2 years in, because you know what time it is. You know that.
Well, Well, and you don't know someone by the second date. That's crazy.
No, you don't, right? But to me, it's like you can get at least a solid vibration, to be honest.
Right, 100%.
You know, I truly believe
100%.
that. You really don't know. That's so true, and I
Like
think
my
you got
point
to
is,
give
you
people
don't
a
know
chance.
them enough or know each other enough to be like, I'm getting off all the dating apps. Like,
Yes.
I could be a sicko for all he knows, right?
Yeah, you really don't know.
Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. To me, it's an energy thing.
It is.
right?
It's totally an energy thing.
Yeah, it is.
Totally an energy thing. And it's so funny you talk about like that story you just told,
Yeah.
that little analogy, because I have a friend that was on my podcast a couple weeks ago, and she told this story about how like letting men lead. If she used to have this ex who was like bad with directions, and she would never correct him. Like he'd be going the completely wrong direction. And she's like, I would just let him get lost.
Yeah, let him fucking figure it out. I know that's crazy. But and again, it's not like you can't provide like help and
Right.
whatever, but I just think that there hits a level where again, a lot of women I think feel this level of resentment because they're doing so much in the relationship, but I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, you're with the wrong person, I think, at that point.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we just fly by those red flags
Yeah.
and those signs, and we're like, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, wait, so when was the last time you dated?
I was in like a kind of like a situationship over the summer, little like
Got it.
summer fling,
Fling.
little
Nice.
fling, right? The heat's gone to everyone's
Yeah,
heads,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Those are
yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
Those are fun. Okay.
Okay.
And like, honestly, like I'm someone like, I don't have deadlines for myself. I'm not like that girl that's like, I want to be married by this age, kids by that age. You know what I mean? That's not me.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when you start to develop feelings for someone, like, you know what I mean? Like you want to like, you know, you want things to progress, right?
Yes.
So, you know, it was like 2 martinis deep, summertime. Like I said, the
Nice.
heat's gone to everyone's
Yeah.
head. And I was like, listen, I'm not looking for casual.
Oh.
So take it or leave it.
Nice.
But I said it a little bit more aggressive. 'Cause I was
Okay,
like,
good.
A little, like tipsy whipsy. But yeah, so
See?
it didn't work. It wasn't meant to be.
Okay, but let me ask you, how did you start the relationship?
How did it start?
Because you said you don't want to do casual. Did you agree to that?
No, I didn't agree to anything. It was just one of those things that you kind of just like we were hanging out. It was like as friends. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And when I say casual, I'm not talking about casual sex, by the way. I want to clarify that. Like I am so, I don't want to say like against hookup culture because I'm not judging anyone, but I think it's created so many problems in modern dating. And like I could never just like go have casual sex with someone because I'd be like, oh my God, I'd probably fall in love with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense. No,
No?
which is true chemically as well.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I do think it's harder for
So
women
you
to
get
do that.
attached. So you didn't have sex with them at all.
No.
And how long was this? 2 months? 3 months?
Yeah, I'd say 2 or 3 months.
Okay. So you had a little summer. And did you feel like energetically he was just starting to like let go?
No, actually, I think he would have kept it going, but I just like was like, yeah, you know what? If it's not going to progress, like, why am I wasting my time?
But that's what I'm saying. You felt somewhere that it wasn't making progress.
Right. That
right?
correct. Yes.
So what was happening though? Like did the texts just started getting a little less frequent? The hangouts started getting a little less frequent?
no, it wasn't anything was like less frequent. I just think it was like it was at a stagnant pace, and I was like, you know,
It wasn't it wasn't making progress. It was the same relationship that you guys had from the beginning. It wasn't like it was getting deeper.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're working on your vulnerability clearly.
Very hard for me to be
Yeah,
vulnerable, by
I
the
know,
way.
because you said you had to drink in order to say that
I
too.
did.
Yeah.
It was so not cute.
Yes. So that's what
know?
I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I feel like for you, that's maybe why too you become a fixer.
Yeah.
It's just you working on trusting that you are, whole as you are, and you could trust that, I don't know, your real feelings matter. And I think that the right guy is actually going to show up on your door when you start to show that more real self.
Oh my God. Is this a therapy session? Am I getting free coaching right now? Stop diagnosing
No,
me.
I'm
Stop
not. I'm not.
perceiving me. That's crazy.
My bad. No more perceiving. Okay, you can go to the next thing. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. Okay. I'll give you one more because this game's like, I love it. This is really not
Okay.
rapid fire anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. He just got out of a serious relationship.
Okay. I don't think it's a bad thing.
No.
It depends on how long.
Can men
And
overlap?
Here's the thing with that question in particular, I think every single case is different. That's the only problem.
That's true.
You know, because like, yeah, there's some guys that they do really need some time off or anybody, again, not gender specific, but there are some people that I think like, hey, this relationship didn't work out. You meet somebody a month or two after, like I have a best friend growing up where he was dating some girl for like 5 years, didn't work out. I want to say like 2 months after he met this other girl, he like wanted to be single for a while. He's like, dude, it's so weird. We like connect so crazy. He's like, I didn't like expect this to happen this quick.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like asking like, well, what should I do? Should I like date her, or should I just like go like be single still and like relax? I was like, I don't know. I guess if you feel it, just go for it. And now they're married. They've been married for like, I don't know. They've been together.
They're
7 or 8
married
years.
now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So like, that's what I'm saying. Each case I think is different. But yeah, I don't know. You kind of have to just see the vibe. That to me is a yellow flag. It is not a red flag or a green flag. To me, there's a little bit of self-discovery that you need to kind of figure out. Cause like, I think some people also are rebounds.
I agree with that. I think it's like you said, like it depends on the situation, right?
Yes.
And maybe like, sometimes people break up, but they've been mentally and emotionally checked out of
Correct.
the relationship for a
Exactly.
period of time. So,
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, I see that a lot. And honestly, if you want me to keep it real, I think most women are from relationship to relationship. Besides,
you think they can overlap, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
I just think that their dating pattern is a little bit more like that than men are.
Yeah.
I think men have a tendency to be a little bit more independent and single, a little bit more. Not to say that women aren't.
No,
It's just that from what I've seen, it's like crazy, especially my anxious girls. It's crazy how like they could be like so sad about a guy today, and then tomorrow they're like, yeah, I got 5 options. And it's like, whoa, holy shit. Like, where did that
Right.
happen? Yeah.
And I think you're right. Women have like that nurturing behavior too. Like they want to be with someone.
Like I'm saying, right. So we were talking about the identity thing, how like men
Yeah.
have more of an identity outside relationships. I think a lot of what women crave and they're attached to is the idea of relationship in general. So what are you going to move towards most of the time? Your minds are so consumed with being in a relationship or finding love all the time. So I think it's just very natural. And also, women kind of have a line.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, all right, next guy that was like kind of cute that like hit me up that one time back in December that I saw at the coffee shop. I've definitely had girls where like I'd be like, yeah, throw me on the waiting list.
Throw me on the waiting list. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Like if they're in a relationship,
so
you know what I
funny.
mean? Add each other on Instagram. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna let that marinate. Let's see if they figure it out.
That is so
Like I know I'm next.
funny, but I'm telling you, if something's meant to be, it's not going to pass you by. It'll all happen in its right timing.
Yeah,
right?
I do agree with that too.
Yeah.
A lot of this is timing too. I think a lot of people say that, but I don't think they understand maybe why it is. But I feel like certain people, like for instance, I think meeting me when I was like 27, 28, like as much as I thought that I was capable of being in a relationship and I was communicating that I wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it sucks. Not that oh my God, if I had met her now, like it would be so different, who knows? But
yeah,
some people need to learn certain lessons before they're truly able to be in a real relationship.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, okay. Well, that was a fun game.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Right? We like hit everything.
I think we
hit
did
everything on every end of the spectrum. I love it. So I kind of want to get into now the whole theme of this episode, which is social media and dating.
Okay.
The complexities of it, how it's shaped modern dating, and where things get lost in translation, because I feel like things do get so misinterpreted over the phone, right? So, I think a big thing is social media and, like I said, things get lost in translation. We were talking about earlier how, he likes your story, but, might not, ask you out on a date. What does it mean? And you were like, he's just clapping for you, right? Like it's just kind of an applause, right?
So I was on a call today with a client and she was really concerned about, she's like, all right, what do you do if like the guy you're dating or you're following is like liking a bunch of girls' pictures, or he's following all these girls that are like, half naked, whatever, like OnlyFans people. So let me ask you, when you see a guy that has that profile, and let me ask before that question, do you always look at a guy's Instagram and like do some deep diving into his following list when you like him?
Oh, let me tell you. Because listen, you have to see like what the deal is. Don't you feel like you have to like kind of see what the deal is? Because you can tell a lot, and not even from their profile, but you got to hit the tags, right? You got to hit the tag photos.
That's crazy.
Well, no. Okay,
you're on some shit.
No, let me tell you. This is what you have to do this for. So I was talking to this guy and like he was like planning a date and everything, right? I go to the tags. Okay. We're talking and I go to the tags and I see like his whole tags is like this girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. I'm not sure what she was. Okay. I don't know if they were just on a hiatus, but he was still liking her photos and like, I don't know. So, I mean, it gave me some insight into like, is he still talking to his ex or is she an ex? Right.
But see, here's the thing. I think to me, now you've just put yourself in a position of fear. So you
think, or is it like,
absolutely.
Is it like market research?
I mean, I guess, but this is what I'm trying to say. The only reason that people would be doing that in the first place is fear, is protection.
Okay.
It's not actually openness and understanding. Because at the end of the day, are you guys dating?
No.
Is he allowed to like other girls' pictures at
No,
that point?
totally. I was just, you gotta like see where
I
everything's
understand,
at.
but this is my point, is that now you've put it into your mind that there's this semblance of competition. Now are you going to show up vulnerable, which you already struggle with? No.
This is a therapy session. This is no longer a podcast episode.
Do you see what I'm saying though? It's like I think again, it's perpetuating more fear for you. So now here's the thing. Yes, he's asking you on a date. The thing is, you don't really know him. Yes, maybe he is fucking around with some other girl, but I just told you the example for me, right? Like I went on a date with one girl. I like her pictures, but she's just hot. And like, I would never,
You're just applauding her.
yeah, exactly.
Hotness.
Yeah, it's like, it's not that deep to me. So I'm just like, whatever. She's like cute. We went on a date. Like, she's just like a homie now, almost weirdly, like a social media homie.
Yeah.
So like, even for him, right? He's asking you on a date and he's actually single. And maybe he did have some.
But what if he's not
ex.
single? That's the problem. What if this is a current girlfriend? That's where the issue in the gray zone lies.
No, I get what you're saying, but this is what I'm trying to say is modern date. This is the problem, is that it's fear-based. Everybody is so scared. So, and here's the thing, because, and people think that trust is about the other person. I have to make sure that they're trustworthy. No, trust is about you. It's, can you handle the uncomfortable emotions associated with them actually fucking you over? Can you share who you actually are and be and show up as you normally would, your most confident, loving self? And despite how they show up and they act, you could handle the fallout of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's the hard part, is like, again, you're putting it into your mind that he might be talking to other people. How does that make you act?
Yeah.
Skittish, right? Like now you're going to like think twice when he does certain things. Now you're going to be checking every single time he does something. And now you've just created this whole relationship where it's like this cold war versus like, actually, I'm just going to give this person a fucking chance and just kind of hear it from their mouth. Actually, I'm just going to go on that date and I'm just going to feel how they make me feel. Do they make me feel at peace? Do they make me feel secure? Like some people are going to fuck you over. That's the reality of life. But I think a lot of us do way too much to try to protect that image. We want to protect ourselves. We don't want to get fucked over. We don't want to get cheated on, because how would that look?
We don't want to feel pain too.
Yeah, that
I think
too.
Feeling
Exactly.
pain is like, something that can be so difficult. And you know what it is too? I think about my parents.
Mm-hmm.
They've been married 33 years, right?
Yeah.
And back in their day, if you didn't want to see someone again, you didn't have to. Now, if you go through a breakup, you will know like where they're at, what they're doing, who they're dating now, right? You know what I mean? It's so complicated because
If
we
you
have
choose to
access.
look.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Right? That's so to me, that's your own personal yeah, it does suck when that does happen. But also, yeah, I think that's just the reality of life in general. Yes, you didn't get to see I'm sure back in the day though, it'd probably be way easier to cheat.
True.
You know what I
Very
mean? Yeah,
true.
sure. Now you can't get away with shit.
Because you can check the tag photos.
You could check the tag photos. I mean, people are everywhere. There's people taking videos everywhere all the time now. If you're in like a good fucking restaurant,
Yeah.
I mean, good luck. You know what I mean? Like that's, someone's going to
So
see you. Someone's going to
true.
say, hey girly, saw your fucking guy at blank, blank, blank place.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's honestly, and here's my thing is like, if somebody's really doing that to you, you're going to find out eventually. They're going to get lazy on it.
No,
You
you're
know,
right. That's
they
so
are,
true. That
like,
is so true.
It sucks, but like you said, it's avoiding pain. But that's what I'm saying. Most people are wired more to avoid pain than move towards the things that they believe that they want to actually receive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Instead of moving towards like, wow, I actually could find good love. It's more like, how do I prevent myself from getting hurt?
Yeah. No,
Those
that's
are
true.
two different things.
That's so true. That's so true. That's a good way to put it. So, okay, getting more into like social media patterns. Like I feel like a lot of people want to know, because we analyze things, right? We analyze things, we
course.
rationalize things, we justify things, we get in the group chat with our friends. We're like, oh my God, he just liked my story. Da, da, da. What does this mean? Right. So I want to know, like, what are like the male social media patterns? Do they have any meaning? You said like liking a photo or throwing a fire sign. Like it might not necessarily mean anything, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
What about like little things? Like he looks at one story and gets off. Does that mean he hates you? He's triggered by you? None of the above?
Whoa, wait, time out. You say he looks at one story and he gets off?
Yeah, like looks at one story and then gets off your story.
Oh, I thought you were meaning something way different. I was like, whoa, okay. So he just looks at yeah, I don't know. I think that means he's just probably moving through it quick. Yeah, the thing is you're analyzing that. That's what I'm saying.
That's my point. Like,
we are
people
way
analyze
too
things.
deep. Yes. But I would say at that point, it's probably, somebody that's, not paying attention to you that hard. But again, most women are craving that, right? Oh, he's not choosing me. Here we go.
Yeah.
Now I got to make this guy somehow care.
Right.
Right.
Overcompensating.
Yes,
so.
exactly. So I don't know. I think for me, I don't know. There's times where I'm just like, scrolling through, I'm looking quick. I don't really know. I don't know how I feel about that. I probably, yes. If I only watched like the first one and I skipped it, yeah, I probably am like, yeah, there's no interest there for me.
So I should start using the word skip and not get off.
Yeah. Yeah. Get off. I'm like, you'd be surprised. Like guys are doing that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We don't have to go into that.
No.
That's a whole other issue. But yeah, I think like guys, social media, that's what I'm saying. I think the thing that I hear most women complain more about is probably, yeah, just like his patterns of like who he's following and like the stuff that he's liking.
Well, and you seem like a very like whole, complete version of a human being. Like you seem very secure with yourself.
I appreciate that.
So like, are there guys that are playing games through like social media? Like,
for sure. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
No, I know
like, what will they do?
But it's kind of what you're taught. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the difference between me and my brother is like, bro, you just got to like on the date. He's like, after an hour, you just got to leave. I'm like, why? Oh, you just gotta like, you know what I mean? They literally have that. There are tactics that they are playing off of like, yeah, like don't show her enough attention. Don't send her a message. Really try to, just like act like you don't give a shit. That's pretty much what it comes down to, right? It's like if I evaporate all of my attention from her, she's going to want to crave that from me. So that's really what it is. I think back and forth, it's just like those little games. And then also for a guy, right? It's like, if they're trying to get your attention, maybe they'll like your Instagram photos, like a bunch of them in a row, right? Like
spam you.
Here's your attention. Yeah. Here's some attention, but then, oh, I'm not going to say anything. I think like other guys, like, yeah, they'll send like fire emojis, like little things. It's like dripping attention to you.
Little breadcrumbs.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like slow feeding you so that you get enough where, you know, you're somewhat, oh, is he interested? But like, nah, I don't really know. But that's the perfect zone, right, for a girl. Because then she's thinking about it all day.
Yeah.
So now we've got you trapped because now you're like
We're
overthinking
spiraling.
it. Yes,
We're spiraling.
exactly.
We're thinking about it. We're thinking about the Instagram spam, which is crazy, right?
Right.
But I do think this. I think with all of this stuff, at the end of the day, when it's the right person, it's not going to matter. Because like you said, you'll be in your body, not like in your head with it, right? And I do think even me, who I think I'm a fixer, if it's the right person, it's not going to be like a game, right?
No.
You know what I mean? You're just going to like mesh together. No one's chasing anyone. It's mutual. I'm really convinced of that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You got to be ready to receive that though.
That's true.
I think it's harder to receive love than it is to, like, I would say either give love or be in some of these other relationships that people are in, whatever they want to consider them at this point.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard because for you, right, you have to date the person that's in front of you, which is difficult. Which is like, you have to find somebody that you truly look at and accept and love for exactly who they are. And that's not easy. And honestly, sometimes maybe it's a guy that's turning around and giving that to you. And maybe that could feel a little off-putting.
Yeah.
What happens when a guy's just like, yeah, I fuck with you. Let's hang out and let's do it.
Yeah, but I think if it's the right guy, that's what I'm saying. I don't think like it would be off-putting.
Yeah. They need to have balance. I think that's the hardest part is like, I think it's difficult to find people with that balance. They usually lean one way or the other. They're like either like super toxic. They don't give you shit. They're playing games and yeah, you're just getting like a situationship, or sometimes you're getting the other side, which is like this guy that's just like overly nice, overly giving, unattractive. That doesn't feel good either. Like both sides is like, yeah, that's not fun. So you're looking for somebody with that equilibrium, which yeah, I would say is not every day. But I think the more that you come to that place yourself, the more you're going to start to attract that. There's a reason you're attracting the guys that you do in your life. That's all I'm saying.
Think?
Yeah, I know.
We're back to the therapy.
Yeah, no.
He's coaching me.
Because people think it's luck, and I'm like, it's to some degree, yes, but I think it's about creating your own luck in a way. I think that's what really love is about.
Yeah.
So I think if you do enough work to be able to show that full version of yourself eventually, and trust that full version of yourself, you'll find that person that actually sees you for who you are. That's what I'm saying. The little games that we're talking about right now. That's what I'm saying. It's nonsense. That relationship is not going anywhere. And especially if a guy is playing that game and you guys somehow, for some reason, get together, because you guys are struggling with vulnerability in general. Because again, if you're already playing those games, you already think to yourself that you need to be something else, or you need to do something in order to get somebody to like you. You're already fucked.
You're already fucked.
Yes, because you're not just being like, okay, this is just genuinely how I feel or genuinely who I am, and this is how I'm genuinely showing up. It's the only way you're gonna attract something genuine in your life.
I think so too. I think so too. I had another guest on here a few months ago, and they had a really good line. I thought it was have game, don't play games. Right?
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Fuck
right?
yeah, that's great.
Have game, don't play games.
I don't even know really what that means, but
but it sounds good.
But it sounds dope. Yeah,
Right?
I'm like,
Right?
fuck yeah, have game, but don't play game. I'm like, shit, okay.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I guess that's just like be dope as fuck as like who you are, which is like cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. I think so too. I think though, like like you said, when you show up as like your authentic self and you know who you are, right?
Yes.
I think that's one thing. And you're open to it, like you said, when you're
Yes.
open to it, because that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing.
To me, that's the hard part. It's like sometimes people think that they're being authentic, and so that's where I think the anxious people get in a little bit of trouble. They're like, oh, well, I'm just a nice person. So like, that's me being my most authentic self. No, that's actually you operating from fear. It's not your most authentic self would actually be way more grounded in yourself. You wouldn't be giving so much. So that's the hard part about when I say be yourself or like be your most authentic self. This is why it's like, it's hard for, I think each person it just like looks a little different, right? Again, for my anxious, it's probably a little bit less. You're probably thinking that you're being your authentic self sometimes by being this like, I'm just a nice person. It's like, no, you're doing that because you're scared that people won't accept you for who you are if you just were your actual self, not the one that needs to like do everything, do the laundry, do the dishes. I have to make this motherfucker a sandwich day one because if I don't do that, then what if he doesn't choose me? This is my version of getting him to choose me.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I totally agree. So, when it comes to dating and social media, how do men feel about women posting like thirst traps and that kind of thing? Because I'm convinced like girls obviously post thirst traps to get a certain person's attention a lot of the time, or maybe a lot of people's attention. I don't know. But I mean, if there's someone you really are into, you don't need to like post thirst traps and do the crazy stuff to get their attention.
So to me, it's about the motivation behind the action.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think there's anything wrong with like posting.
Like if you were dating someone, like committed.
I mean, who did I commit to? That's what I would say.
Fair question.
Right?
Maybe
it's
the
like
OnlyFans model, right?
That's what I'm saying, right? So it's like if I committed to a person that, like, for instance, remember the girl I was telling you about being on her phone?
Yeah.
Like if you look at her page, she's got over 100K. She's hot as fuck. Like she's posting like, pictures of her at the gym, like clearly like hot girl shit, like clearly.
Yeah.
But I don't really have a problem with that. I'm like, okay, pop off, do your thing. And I would have to just accept the fact that she's like, I don't know, kind of doing that. I think I would find it weird if like she wasn't doing that and then all of a sudden she started, maybe then I'd feel some type of way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Again, I think I could tell the motivation behind certain things. Like I could tell with that girl that like sometimes she is seeking a little bit of attention and like, I don't know, it could be a little off-putting. And I'm like, do I want to date a girl like that for myself? And I'm like, if I don't, then yeah, I wouldn't be with that. To me, that there's certain people that are like, they have that like kind of, like I said, more wholesome, modest energy. And you know when it's real because they carry themselves that way.
Yeah.
So I think for a lot of maybe even girls that are like thinking about that, like I don't think they should second guess if like they're posting something and they just like, they're feeling themselves, they look hot and they like want to just like post something, post it. Like don't think about it. But yeah, I think that when you're doing it out of fear because you feel like you need some attention, I don't know. I think people could feel it. I think there's a difference.
Yes, people feel energy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think a lot of the time people don't realize men feel energy actually a lot more than women do. They might just not have a name for it or you know what I mean, know how to classify it.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think that when you do something for yourself, that's one thing. The minute you start doing things you don't want to do or, you're doing them for whatever ulterior motives, that's when you lose your power, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I don't think I would like I'm saying, like I think I could date that girl and I wouldn't care, but I'm also not a very insecure guy, I would say. And I know most guys are, right? I would say most guys, but we talked about it's more about the protection. And I get it. Cause again, I feel like I've worked through a lot of this where like, if a girl would cancel plans on me or say like, hey, I'm going to go meet my friends really quick before I hang out with you. Maybe back in the day that would trigger the fuck out of me. Like, oh, what if she's, fucking on me? But like now I have the trust of like, okay, you know what? If she really is fucking on me, I'll sense it and I'll know. Let her go spend some time with her friends and chill. And usually when you have that energy as a guy where you're just like, you know what? It's okay. Like, let it be. I feel like the women start to move more towards you, right? Because they're going to resist you if you're being that controlling kind of nature. I think guys that are like getting upset about that, you can have preferences though. Like I think, like I said, I don't think I would date somebody that's doing OnlyFans like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Like if you don't like a girl that's like posting those types of photos, just know yourself. Just say, okay, that doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
I would want to work with that guy and just say, hey, why does that trigger you so much? What about that is making you feel so insecure? So that's something that he would have to work on separately, I would think. But again, I don't think there's anything wrong with having preferences.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How would you feel about, cause like if you go on my Instagram and you go on my highlights, I definitely posted a thirst trap the other day and I said, it was my birthday and I posted a shirtless photo at the gym and I captured it birthday sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you a Scorpio?
I am a Scorpio.
You're a Scorpio, so
Yeah.
of course you're posting the thirst traps. I
Yeah,
love it on your
exactly.
birthday.
I was like, all right, on my birthday, fuck it. You know what I mean? I was like feeling myself. It is what it is. Now, yeah, if some girl doesn't like that, I mean, I guess I'm repelling somebody that is maybe not for me. I don't really know.
Yeah, like you're not aligned with them.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Why waste your time? Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for me, I wouldn't necessarily care. But it's interesting because I think I do like that more modest energy. Although again, I don't think I see that just on social media. To me, it's more I could feel that from them in person.
Yeah,
if that
totally.
makes sense. There's like a
Totally.
difference. Some girls are like hot girls on Instagram, but then you meet them in real life.
Totally.
And you're just like, wow, you are innocent as fuck.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
I agree. I think people can represent themselves one way online.
Yeah.
And then you meet them and you're like, well, it's a totally different person.
Yeah,
Right?
like I look like a fucking douche online, 100%. And like I have like little tendencies, but really underneath, like I'm pure love, pure kindness, and yeah, I think I'm just very misunderstood in that way.
I could see that actually. I could see that with you because even like you giving advice online, you're very like transparent and
Yes.
direct. And some people might take it as, yeah, like kind of douchey, but it's not. And like meeting you in person, you definitely don't come off like a douchebag. To be
Thank
honest.
you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.
course. No.
Because yeah, sometimes. Well, actually, yeah, in person, most people say that. They're like, wow, this is different. So I'm trying to work on trying to bring that more full self online too. So I think that's something that I got to work on myself too, is like representing myself more authentically, which I have been trying to do more. So we'll see.
No, but I do love your socials though. And I do
Thank
love your
you.
no bullshit, like
Thank you.
transparency.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Because it's rare.
Yes.
Some people like they're afraid to share their opinions. They think they have to kind of just like say what everyone else is saying, right?
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yeah, I would say most people, that's what it is. We're attached to the way that other people view us.
Yeah. I
If
think
we
so
can
too.
let go of that and try our best to just, be our full, that's what I said. That to me is where you unlock the relationships that are truly meant for you, the jobs that are meant for you, everything that
Yeah.
really is meant for you in your
That's
life.
the thing. That's so true. It doesn't just apply to like dating and relationships.
No.
Like it applies to everything, your career, friendships, everything.
Yeah.
So
Most people are like working a job that they don't even want to, but they're doing it because they feel like they need to, because maybe their parents told them that this would have been a good spot or a position, or they've been told that what they want to do, it's not going to make enough money or whatever. But it's like, what do you love?
right.
If you love it, everything will take care of itself. But people just don't have that trust. They don't have that trust that if they do the things that they love, they move towards that peace and that energy that they know that they feel inside, like they will be safe. They think that they won't. This goes back to the ego thing of like, I need to control my life versus allowing my life to be almost out of control, and I'm just sharing my full self, which
Yeah.
is fucking scary.
It's scary, but
Yes.
sometimes when you tap into that unknown, it can
Yes.
be so thrilling in a way. And once you get
Oh,
over
yeah.
that hump, you know what I mean?
Yes. That's where I live. I live in the complete unknown. That's what I tell myself all the time. Allow myself to be in uncertainty. I don't know. No one knows. They thought the earth was motherfucking flat. You would have been crazy if you would have said, hey, it's not. I think it's round, actually. People would be like, whoa, fucking weirdo. But see, that's what I'm saying. We have these like general principles that we all think is right, but it's just culturally provided to us. So we got to like, it's crazy. You have to like almost like think outside of the bubble of just what you think is true. 'Cause
Right.
We don't really know.
Yeah. You have to be adaptable.
Yes.
Totally.
Just be open. Just be
Yeah,
you. And
I
just
agree.
move in the directions that inspire you.
Yeah, I agree. And it can be scary, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
So, okay, kind of like finishing up on the whole concept of social media and dating.
Mm-hmm.
When, I hear a lot of like my friends and people I know, they're like, oh my gosh, he won't post me, or, that kind of thing. Does it mean anything if a guy doesn't post his girlfriend? And what do you guys think when a girl posts them?
Oof. All right, I'll do the first one first.
Let's hear it.
To be honest, I think that there is something to putting somebody online. I really do. I think that, I don't know, that's what you want to be represented by in a way.
Yeah.
So essentially it's like, I think if I have a girl that I care about, I want to show her off. Why would I not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my girl. That's my, that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's my prized possession. It's not a possession. But yeah, it's like, I feel like I would love to do that for the person that I know that I care about. I'm also online, so that's a little different. Do I think that you need to? No. Like my best friend's there together for like 5-6 years. He's just not really on social media, but the relationship is so good, you would never question it.
Right.
So I think that's what it really comes down to is like I said, I think the social media is the surface. Underneath, it comes down to like, how secure do you actually feel in this relationship? If you're questioning the social media, more than likely you already just don't feel secure between the bond that you have with him in person.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily about just him posting on social. I used to be like that. There was a girl I dated that was like long distance, and I put her on my story a few times, and I just thought it was weird that she just wasn't like reposting me or like putting me out there at all. She doesn't really post that much. But again, that was my own, I think, inner insecurity of like, oh my God, this person's not choosing me. Maybe there's a little bit of truth to that. She was a little avoidant.
Yeah.
But I just wish I had more tools to allow myself to not get so concerned with those things and recognize, okay, like, is she showing me enough love for me to feel that I'm secure? And I feel like if I were to answer that question, it probably would have been yes.
Yeah.
So
There might be like a deeper rooted issue.
yes. So like, I think that she actually did care about me. And I think that I was almost like, yeah, feeling some type of way about these little things that I think I was just trying to control because I was scared of her fucking me over.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I get that. So there's a deeper rooted issue there.
Yeah. So like, I guess it goes to the question number 2. Would I like it if a girl did? Yeah, for sure. Because I think that there's something to that too. I do think that like, the right person, the right girl is not going to be afraid to show me off. Why would she not?
Right.
I think it says something. I truly do. Like we live in this culture where, especially if we're posting, if they're not, I get it.
Like if they're not online.
Yes.
Like don't have social media.
But if there's posting that is happening and like stories and whatnot, I think you hit a point where if you guys are together, like you're showing it off.
I think so too. I think, yeah, there's like a point.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And, I think too, there's like, some people, I think when you put your relationship out there, people want to ruin a good thing sometimes, right?
Jesus.
But I think that if it's the right person in the right situation, it can withstand,
So you think that for a girl, you would be hesitant to post a guy because other girls are going to see him?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying though, anytime you put anything of yourself out there, right?
Yeah.
Like even just putting yourself out there, you're opening yourself up to criticism and opening yourself up to different things. If it's the wrong person, it's not going to work. If it's the right person, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
But this goes back to the self-trust thing, right? And this is where I think most people don't even post on social media in the first place, is because it's hard to be that vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because we're scared of what other people are going to say about it.
Yeah.
So if we're not sturdy enough in ourselves, we're going to struggle with that.
Exactly. So, okay, I kind of want to touch on too, you talk about how you were an avoidant attachment and like you dated women that would try to like kind of overcompensate into like making you feel loved in a way, right? And okay, so what was kind of your wake up call or kind of that breaking moment for you where you were like, okay,
I got to fix this?
Yeah.
So I dated probably one girl that was probably also avoidant.
Yeah.
So I think that's what ends up happening in a way. And not that she was more avoidant than me, but maybe she was a little bit, to be honest. And I think I record this on like my podcast too. I said it's like a canon event in all avoidant men's life. When you finally meet that girl, you fuck around, you find out she finally is done with you. And then you try to get her back and it's gone. And I think, it was like kind of that moment for me where like, I don't know, we were long distance. It was like kind of messy in that way, but it was really cool. Like when we were together, like it was fantastic. I've never felt so at peace with somebody in my life than in those moments that we would spend just like when we were together.
Yeah.
But we were just really far away. I was in Arizona. She was in New York. And yeah, I hit a point where I don't know. I was like, I didn't want to do long distances. My avoidance would come out, right? I'm like, oh, like I think relationships become overwhelming to me. So what I did was I was trying to break up with her. I didn't. I went out, took a Molly, banged some girl.
Oh my.
Yeah. She gave it to me. She told me, she was like, yeah, you were going to have to tell me no tonight. I was like, damn. So she was coming after me. So I guess there are some girls that are like doing that, whatever. But yeah, it's like, I think that, see, here's the thing though, is I broke up with her and then she was calling me, trying to get me back.
Yeah.
Again, this is probably her own ego of me now then cheating and essentially not choosing her. Now she's trying to chase me and get me back. Then she got me back on the hook. I'm like, all right, maybe like this is really love. Like I really need to be with this girl. Was trying to force it to make it look a certain way. It didn't work. I never saw her again after that moment. Even though we tried to like probably date for another like 2-3 months, but it was just all FaceTime phone calls. Never seen her in person ever again after that.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like, I knew we had a good connection because obviously there was something there enough for us to try that. But yeah. And then I think I ran away another time. We got into an argument. I was like, I can't do this. I was like, deuces. So I broke up with her, went no contact, tried to get her back after 2 weeks of no contact again. And then she already had gone on a date with somebody else.
Oh my gosh.
So there's that, they call it mate switching.
Mate switching.
Yes.
Interesting.
So like a female, it's like she's on one. And then you're good until the point she mate switches, which is like she finds another guy that she just maybe trusts or might find more interesting. And then at that point you're cooked. That's why girls don't go back. Once you have that threshold where you've got her for this amount of time, you don't know when that breaking point is going to be. You could have a million chances, but 1,000,001, you might fuck yourself over and you lose it. Yeah. But yeah, after that moment, I was like, I was cooked. Like that fucked me up so bad.
So it was like a taste of your own medicine in a way.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it was a pattern for me. It was all relationships I've ever been in. I remember crying on the side of my bed. I was like asking God, I was like, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep, pushing people away like this? I don't want to do this anymore. I hate feeling like this. Why can't I let anybody get close to me?
Yeah. So
yeah, I had to do some more deeper work. To me, I really push people, do therapy, do coaching, like really. And, you got to get outside of yourself. Like I said, I'm a dating coach, I thought I had the answers, but I wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready yet.
So were you a dating coach while you were still avoidant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh,
absolutely.
It's so funny. That's crazy. So, but isn't it funny how those canon events that you're talking about and like kind of moving into that healing era of your life serve as like the catalyst for the next phase of your life and like kind of just serving with your true purpose?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a line, I think Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of my favorite authors, but he said, in everything bitter, there's something sweet, and in everything sweet, there's something bitter.
Yeah.
It's like there's always a trade-off, right? So the worst things that ever happen to you are usually also the best things that ever happen to you.
It's so true.
Yeah. Cause it like, that's what I'm saying. That helped shape me to like being like, all right, I got to get this resolved. Now, to be honest, I don't even think I'm fully there. I haven't shown myself that I'm necessarily there in terms of being in a long-term relationship, but I don't think it's necessarily about the result. I just think that, again, I was very insecure. I was very egotistical. I didn't trust myself. We're talking about the social media, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have a deep fear of being insignificant. And a lot of that was around me feeling like I wasn't significant unless other people were telling me that. And this is why, again, I was operating off of ego like crazy.
Yeah.
But the truth is because I felt probably so inferior my entire life. But again, I had this overprotection on the surface. I'm confident as Chris on the surface, but underneath, again, I'm very insecure.
Yeah.
So I had to really dig deep and let go of a lot of that. I mean, that's why you see some of those guys jacked up, tattoos, testosterone, all that stuff. It's all image driven. It's all the guys that are mega wealthy. You'll start to realize that the most wealthy people sometimes are really the most insecure. The most beautiful girls are usually the most insecure.
Isn't that crazy?
It's the truth. Yeah. And it's because a lot of it is because it's like they're so concerned about self-image without realizing it. They don't actually have legitimate self-trust. If somebody told one of those people no to something, they'll lose their fucking minds.
Right. Totally.
Yeah. That's why most people chase the unavailable, is because it is an image thing. If I can get that person to like me, what does it say about who I am as a person?
Yeah. 100%. I agree with you. So what advice do you have for people who are dating avoidance right now and trying to overcompensate by overloving them? Because I think that's a thing.
So it's like, if you're dating and avoidant, see, that's the hard part. And this is the really difficult thing is like, I don't know. I think if you're getting that like half energy, you have to ask yourself, do you have the patience to sit there and still never get the result that you want? And I would say most people, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I would really say if you're dating somebody that's like that or that is like me in that time, you're never going to get close.
No,
you're not. Yeah. As much as you try, you could try and try and try. You could wait and do all you want. And what's crazy too is you'll say no and you'll stop. And then they'll chase you again, right? Because here's the thing about avoidance. Avoidance, if you're too close, and disorganized avoidance in particular, if you're too close, they'll push you away. But if you're too far, they'll be anxious and they'll chase you. So that's why it's like, look at an avoidant, like kind of like the earth and like the moon circling. There's only a certain distance that you were going to get close to it. If you get too close, it's going to be backed up, but it's like gravity keeps it in a perfect circle. So that's why a lot of these girls are stuck with these guys where it is that half, because that's where it feels comfortable for an avoidant. I'm getting the validation of this relationship, but I'm not actually having to be vulnerable enough for a real relationship.
Right.
So, and they're always going to keep you there. So the problem is, let's say you say, okay, avoidant guy, like, I want a real relationship. I'm done. What does he do? Okay, fine. Turns around 2 weeks go. I usually say 2-3 weeks go by, maybe even 2-3 months. You probably get a message like, oh, sorry. Like, I thought about it. Blah, blah, blah. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Right.
You let him back in. The problem is, it'll be the same thing. If he
Same
doesn't
cycle.
actually go through and learn what he needs to learn, like that's what I'm saying. I had to go through and actually take the energy and the time to work on the shit that I have to work on. And you could tell if the guy's not reading, taking care of himself, getting coaching, getting therapy, trying to work on it, he's not fixing it.
Right. And it's almost like when it's good, it's great. And when it's bad, it's horrific.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, it's good when it's just you guys are hanging out and you're chilling on the couch and you're watching Netflix and then you fuck and then you get some food and then it's chill. But then when you go home and you don't have the actual security around the relationship and they're out just doing whatever the fuck they want over the next 3-4 days and you're sitting there anxious, I just ask yourself, how worth it is that? How worth it is that 7 or 8 hours that you guys spent?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. I agree. And I think that's why too, like, I mean, a lot of those situations when you're with an avoidant, I feel like too, they're not really like relationships or like situationships and confusionships. And like, you know what I mean? You don't really get the full commitment.
You're just not getting the depth of the relationship that that you want deep down. And your body's trying to tell you that by showing you that, hey, I'm having anxiety. I'm having fear. If you're feeling that, it just means you have no safety, true safety in this relationship.
Yeah.
As I said, most people are just sitting in those I'm telling you, years of just that. And that's, it's sad. But that's their work too, right? So it's like you could blame the avoidant, but at the end of the day, you're not changing either.
And I feel like avoidants usually attract anxious.
Of course. Yeah. Yes. It's because it's easy because you're willing to overgive and they're willing to accept and receive the attention and the energy without having to pay for it. So it's a perfect match.
Have you seen Sex in the City?
I used to watch all the time with my mom, unfortunately.
So Carrie and Mr. Big. Do you think they're an avoidant and an anxious attachment?
See, I don't know it that deep.
Okay.
I don't know it
You're
that
gonna
deep.
have to watch it.
Yeah.
We'll
what do I have to do?
debriefing.
All the seasons?
Yeah.
Or do I just like watch the movies or something?
No, all of it.
I don't really know what's going on with that. All I know is that, right, he's always just kind of elusive, right? And she's just like forever just like, oh, we're meant to be together, right? That's like the whole thing behind it. Do they ever end up being together?
They do. They do end up being together. And they get married. Yeah, they got married. And then
they divorce?
Then they did a spinoff show like years later while they're older. Mm-hmm. And they kill him on a Peloton. He has a heart attack. Can you believe that's how it went down?
They're like, we can't ruin real love, so let's just fucking kill this guy.
I was like, listen, I can't get behind this.
Genius.
I didn't watch this for all these years to watch him die on a Peloton.
That's definitely
not
the
into
fucking
it.
Worst.
But
yeah, so let's just say hypothetically, right? I'm talking about like this other girl back then. I don't know if there was true alignment. I think I actually didn't really fully love her. I think it was more my own attachment.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it would be, but I would say like if you give, like, let's say you're that type of person where you're like, I just really like this person. We had a really good relationship, but maybe they weren't ready or it was like, I don't know, fucked up. Like, let's say you're the anxious girl and you're dating the avoidant now. And you're like, I really like this guy, but he's just not ready. Yeah. Just fucking let it go. And just 3 years, couple more years down the line, 3-4 years, give it space. And that's why I'm saying people don't want to have that amount of patience. If he's truly your person, then you guys will figure it out.
I think so too.
You guys will find each other again at some point down the road.
100%. I'm a big believer in that. And I'm like a big believer. Like I told you earlier, like if something's meant for you, it's not going to pass you by.
Yeah.
And I believe in like God, and God has like a plan for people.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you got to go with the beliefs you got to go with what's present in front of you though. And I think that's the problem is that, again, people are trying to almost be God and rush that process.
So
right?
true. That is a great way to put it. They're trying to be God.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to manipulate it in the ways that you want it, but you don't control. You're so much better off surrendering to what is. Mm-hmm. That is the whole key to all of this is like we talked about, get off the fantasy, right?
Yeah.
So surrender to what is in front of you. If he's not ready, accept that. Recognize that there actually might be something even better for you in store. That's what people don't even realize. Like, yes, this guy might be cool, but you might not even realize it, but you might find somebody else where same alignment and even deeper relationship, even more security, even better energy than you would have ever thought before. People limit themselves to their view of happiness being really tiny.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say is you got to expand your palette for what is really possible for you.
I agree. And I think overall people just, I don't know. It's like you said, people want to play God.
Yeah,
And it doesn't
exactly.
work. It forces things that aren't meant to be.
No, yeah. See it for what it is. Do the best you can with what is happening in the present moment, and let the rest, you don't control.
Yeah,
that.
I
Let the
think
rest
so
take
too.
care of the rest.
100%. I agree with you. So, okay, as a dating coach, what is the biggest red flag you see people ignoring in modern dating?
Oh, the biggest red flag. Oh my God. Honestly, that's a tough question. I feel like for women, I would say the thing that I see the most, I don't know, like I think this is going to go back to the feelings thing. I think the biggest red flag is you ignoring the fact that you feel anxious.
Yeah.
To me, that is like the number one thing. But I think that comes with, I don't know, maybe it's just lack of communication.
Yeah.
Right. I think that one really like gets people. But again, see, like I said, I want to focus more on the feeling and the body versus just like that, because then it turns into like, there's no rule. There's no like, okay, he didn't answer for 3 hours. That means he fucking hates you. Oh,
Right.
he didn't answer for 10 hours. Yeah. Like you're fucked. It's like, that's not
Yeah.
what it is. It's like, how is he showing up to you consistently? Like, when a friend, for instance, is like being kind and showing up for you, and
Right.
your friend could not answer you for a whole day, you probably wouldn't bat an eye. You'd probably be like, oh, they still fuck with me, I don't really care.
Yep.
Why do we have that same standard for people in a romantic relationship? But again, also, like, let's say you do have a friend and they're acting a little shady and you're feeling some type of way, like, you feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I said. So I think the biggest red flag to me is when you feel anxious as fuck about the relationship in any way. To
Yeah.
me, major red flag.
I think so too. So just kind of ignoring your own feelings.
Yes. To me, that is the biggest red flag.
I agree with that. And I think that we look so often for red flags in other people that like
Yes.
sometimes the red flag is within ourselves. Like,
Exactly.
and we ignore it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We're focused because, again, it's all about control, right? So we're focused on, them, what they're doing, their habits. It's like, no, literally just go inside, ask yourself, how do you feel about it? That's what I'm saying. It sounds so fucking stupid, but
it's
it really
true.
is that easy for some people, and they don't recognize that. They get
Yeah.
overly focused on that person. So that's
Yeah.
what I said. I don't want to give like I would say, honestly, lacks in communication, though, I would say is the biggest one. To me, the biggest tell of like somebody being aloof towards you and maybe not prioritizing you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
You know?
I think that's
That's probably
an
like the
important one.
clearest one. Because you communicate with the people that you care about. You
Yes.
do. So like, I think there is an energy. It's like, and again, it makes sense. So like, let's say you don't, 1 or 2 times you're taking 8 hours. Hey, sorry, I was at work. Hey, whatever. But it's one thing where it's like, okay, now it's like 36 hours. You haven't said anything. I asked you, hey, what your availability was, and you never responded to me. That person does not fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Point blank simple. Like if they are ignoring you full on, that to me is crazy.
Yeah. And we have to stop glorifying that too.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, I think if somebody does that even 1 or 2 times, like I don't think I would ever fuck with you. How can I ever trust you?
Right. Exactly.
You
It
know?
sets the tone for the rest of the relationship.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Like if
Yeah.
that is allowed in any way, like again, and it's different if like it's an emergency situation, it's a one-time thing. They come to you, they apologize, they don't let it happen again, right? The behavior changes. Then it's like, whatever, okay, that makes sense. But address it. You know, if you feel some type of way too, I would say that's the other thing too. It's like if you feel something, fucking say it.
Yeah. And
You
I
know
think
what I mean?
people need to like not fear saying something because they worry about the
Yes.
results of the outcome. Because so often,
Exactly.
we do that. We're like, oh my God, but if I say this, if I say how I feel, whatever, they're gonna, freak out or scare them away. But you can't do that.
That's
Life's
what I'm
short.
saying. They play to not lose the game versus playing to win the game.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. You're never going to win by doing that. You're never going to win by just trying to protect yourself from getting hurt.
Yeah.
You
100%.
can't do it.
100%. I agree with you. Okay. So I kind of want to get personal with you now.
Okay.
And talk more about you. So
Okay,
I know
great.
you're a Scorpio.
Great.
Are you
Yeah.
from here?
No, I'm from New York.
I could tell.
Yeah.
It's like
New York
Carrie.
guy. Yeah.
Carrie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have a little Italian. My parents, like, people say I don't really have an accent, so it's kind of crazy that you picked up on
I
that.
did, I heard
Are you East Coast?
Well, my family's all from the East Coast and the Midwest, so I really resonate with that energy. It's
Yes.
a little bit more quick pace, right?
You
I love it.
Yeah, kind of East Coast,
Do I?
Midwest kind of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they had a baby, it would be you. So I get it.
That's so funny. Yeah, but my family's all from there, so I appreciate that energy.
Yeah.
But I'm from from the West Coast.
Arizona?
Yeah, I was born in Arizona.
Oh, nice.
And then, yeah, I live in LA, go back and forth.
Yeah, I want to have a house in two places. Ideally in the future, Arizona, New York, probably hop back.
That's a
and
good
forth.
combo.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Little cold, little like, I don't even know. Just like fast paced, like big city energy. And then Arizona's like chill desert.
It's a good getaway.
Yes, this is my vibe. But I've been out here for about 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I look 26.
You definitely could pass for younger. I couldn't tell though. I couldn't tell if he's like is he in his 30s or is he like 25?
Yeah, I get that a lot. A little bit of Botox and just eating,
Do you Botox?
eating right.
It looks good. It looks natural.
Thank you. Yeah, it does, right?
Yeah.
I got a good girl.
You know You gonna give her a shout out?
Yeah. Should I? Should I throw out? Yeah, perfect dose. But to me, it's more eating right.
Totally.
Healthy habits, taking care of your body. It's insane how I have my best friends from back home, New York. Like, a lot of them have just kind of stopped doing that, and they look 30s. You know what I mean? Like you could tell there's a major difference between people that are taking care of themselves and they're not. It's a major value for me.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's genetics too, but yeah, obviously what you can help, you gotta.
I will actually disagree with that, but
really?
Yes, I will disagree with that.
Oh my God, I'm a big believer in genetics. That's why I'm like, there's some people that smoke their whole life and live to 100, and then people that are so clean and die at 70. And I'm like, but maybe it's environment too. Maybe it's where they live, that kind of thing. I don't know.
So, that particular case, I understand that. Yeah, my grandma she smokes a couple packs or something like that.
Yeah, because you're
she's
from the East Coast,
kicking.
you get it.
Yeah,
right?
she's doing it right. But yeah, I think it's more just a vitality thing. I feel like people that are taking care of this, they just look different. And I think everybody has that option. You have the option to, choose to have more healthy, conscious choices, actions, habits. Yeah, absolutely.
It's getting back to being in the body, not
exactly.
the head, right?
Exactly. It's all about that.
It's all about that. So, okay, are you single right now? Are you dating anyone?
I am single. Yeah. I would say no. Have I had sex recently? Yeah. But I don't know. That was somebody that we kind of talked to for a couple of weeks, and I felt that something was off, and I just told her straight up. I say, hey, something's just missing for me, and I just wanted to be upfront with you about that. So yeah, we're broken up. So yeah, very single actually. This is one of the most single times of my life, and I am so happy that I'm actually at this place, because I think it's very easy for me to get attention, I would say. I could be an attention whore, and that's something
You're a Scorpio. That's what we love about you.
And again, it's just something that I've been working on, right? Because I told you my biggest fear is being insignificant. So I've really been trying to work on being significant, even if no one else is around or no one else is telling me that. So I think part of that was me having to have a little bit of a journey. I'm avoidant, but a lot of avoidance, believe it or not, it's it's not that they're just alone all the time and they just some are, but it's just a lot of it, they have some sort of attention. They just don't have it really close to them.
Well, that's why they attract anxious, right?
Yes, exactly. It's right. You keep it at a certain distance. So what I've done now is just made sure that if something is not in line with me, I actually cut it off. I think the hardest thing for an avoidant guy to do is be honest with that girl and just tell her that you don't actually see her as that person, believe it or not. I think that they hold on to that person because they need that satisfaction. But honestly, underneath, it's how do you feel about the nice guys, right?
Listen, if they're nice with a little bit of edge, though,
yes,
that's totally different, right?
Correct. But how do you feel about the nice guys? Unattractive, don't like them, right? You'd break up with them.
I don't want to say unattractive. I just want to say nice guys probably finish last, and not in a mean way. Mm-hmm. But they do have to have a little edge to them, and they have to have a little bit of the guy I was talking about too that said he was getting rid of his dating apps. He also literally asked me while we were at dinner. He's so should I text you or should I play games? And I was why are you asking me this?
Yeah.
That's a little
that's what
crazy.
I'm saying. It's anxious, but you're scared to, that's what I said, you're still scared to be yourself. Believe it or not, that is still ego because you're trying to control myself not getting hurt. People think ego is only arrogance. No, it's not. It's just whenever you're not allowing it to, just be in your body and be your truest version of yourself. So certain people struggle with it in different ways. But to my point, you don't like those guys, right? Now,
no.
The opposite effect, what girls don't realize, right? You're doing all this over giving. He's not looking at you as the wifey girl, but he won't tell you that to your face because he's also liking the energy that you're giving him.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm saying. It's big for an avoidant guy to actually release those kinds of girls and say no to those girls, even though they are showing up and giving you attention. You know how easy it is for me to just there's girls that I know will cook, do my laundry, fuck me, and I probably wouldn't have to date them, honestly.
So genuinely. A maid.
I guess, yeah, it's still a vibe though. Cause you're like, oh, we're kind of friends too. But honestly, it's comfort. It's not truly what it is that I know that I want and I deserve underneath. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people get stuck in those comfortable relationships.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. 100%. So, okay. Kind of closing out, what upcoming projects do you have?
Oh, I think, well, I'm going to have like a book club membership kind of coming out. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. So it's on the horizon. Yeah. It's really dope.
Are you taking new clients?
Yes, absolutely. Taking new clients. Yeah, I not that I'm like kind of full. I mean, I've got a good amount right now, but yeah, I love taking on new people. I'm a little particular about who I take on.
Would you take me on?
I would. I think
Do you
so.
see all my issues? Am I the red flag?
No, yes, absolutely. Well, any sort of, if you think to yourself at all that the other person is the problem, you're already fucked.
Right.
Because it's not true. You guys are both 50-50 part of the problem every time. Yeah. And I'm not literally every time.
That's true.
Not even like a partial. No. Every single time. There's always something that you can work on and you can take on from that situation. Not to blame yourself and that you're not worthy of love. It's just that there's always things that you can work on. But to your point about who I take on, it's like, yeah, I want people that are open-minded, that are willing to change, that want to change, that I truly see, because there are some people that come to me that they just want to play these games or whatever. When I see that, I'm just like, I'm not working with you because we're not gonna get to where we need to go. You know what I mean?
I feel like someone has to already be at a certain point with themselves mentally too to even approach you for coaching.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Most of the time, that's what it is. A lot of people that are working with me have probably done some sort of work, but I would take somebody that done none. I think it's so amazing when you do find somebody. Yeah. I had a new woman start this week that, for instance, is like dating this guy long distance, has never met him in person, always feeling anxious, never seen him in person yet, and their relationship is only over text, and she's been doing this for a year.
Oh my gosh.
That's completely like, that's what I'm saying. That's like the obesity of emotional health.
Right? Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's what I say too. It's like, I'm like a personal trainer, but for your emotional health, right? We get
I love that.
Yeah. So we get it for our physical, right? It's like we go on a diet of like healthy eating, like healthy habits, like going to the gym. It's the same thing with your emotional health. How can we get more intentional connections and take some risks of being who you are and being yourself. And eventually you'll start to build that strength inner. Because there's a lot of people that, sorry, I'm going in.
No, I love it.
But there's a lot of people that lose a ton of weight, or they somehow get hot, or they make a lot of money, and they still don't understand why they cannot attract a good partner, because they actually haven't worked on the inside. They worked everything on the outside to fix who they are, what they look like, and they could attract people.
Yeah.
But they still struggle with keeping people and speaking their truth or whatever it is, these little things. But yes, I am taking new clients.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love it. You're passionate. I appreciate
it. Yeah, no, it's a love. It's not about the money. That's the truth.
I love that though.
That's why,
because that's how you know you're doing the right thing, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am living in absolute alignment with what I do. I wake up every single day pretty much inspired to do the things I do, from the podcast to helping people. That's why I know that it feels different. And I don't know who's ever listening to this. You had the other dating coaches on here. I'm like, they're cool, but like they're doing it for commerce. There's a difference.
Confidence Chris had some opinions about that.
Yeah. I'm sure it's their passion. They're good. But like I said, I think it's surface level advice. I don't think it's actually getting you to the root of your own inner core fears and issues. And I think to me, that is where genuine self-confidence is built. As I'm saying, the Instagram shit doesn't fucking matter. That is literally a symptom of a way deeper issue that you have internally.
Totally. I agree with you. I think that's very well put. Yeah. Very well put.
Yeah. But if you want to learn more, listen to my podcast too. It's called Confidence.
Ooh, love it. Confidence is confidence. I love that.
Everything is confidence.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good line though. Everything is confidence in life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I had a girl at the coffee shop. She's like, how did you get that title? I was like, well, because most people added something on, like Confidence something podcasts. I was like, no one has just the word confidence.
That's crazy.
Like, yes.
That's actually so crazy, but I love that.
Isn't that sick?
And it makes sense
like,
for you.
Yes, it does. I was like, well, that's what confidence is. It's direct. It's not, you don't need to overgive, but it's just like self-representative.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Okay.
We're here.
Tell everyone where they can follow you.
Oh yeah.
And watch the podcast.
Oh yeah. So the @ is Confidence Podcast. You can look it up. Or my Instagram is Confidence Chris. So yeah, just look up. Literally just go on Google, just search Confidence Chris. I got a website. I got some other shit. I don't know. You could figure it out. Honestly, you just found these guys tagged photos. You know what I mean? If you can't figure out where the fuck I am, you've already got issues.
Maybe facial recognition.
Yes.
In Google Lens.
Okay.
Not that I've done that.
Oh my God. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, Chris, thank you for coming and hanging out. This is officially like the longest episode of Love Sex LA Unfiltered. So you're here to beat records, the Scorpio in you, right?
Okay, great. Let's do it. I appreciate you.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. This was so much fun. We're going to have to do it again after you watch Sex in the City.
Okay, I will.
Then we'll come and recap.
I'll watch all the seasons by myself on my couch.
And the movies.
Okay. Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh